Hey guys, so don't get mad at me, but I might have to use my paper as reference, because if I don't, I'll never be able to get through this. So, I've spent a lot of time trying to decide what I should say. Truth be told, I have no idea. I mean, how do you thank the people who've been your family for the past 3 years? I have so many memories within this organization, and each of you has given me those memories, and you've given me a purpose far greater than merely being your secretary. Believe it or not, I used to be pretty shy, but through doing competitions, through being an officer, and through meeting y'all, I was able to come out of my shell a little and be able to talk to you. So, I know that these past few months haven't went as planned. They've been so far from normal. And honestly, I thought I would spend my last semester at meetings, at competitions, and doing so much rather than just sitting at home. And I'm not sure how many of you know this story, but I promised Coda I would tell it. So, one day, Dakota, Harris, and I were down at the barn, and Dakota decided she was gonna step on what she thought was a mineral block, you know? Well, nothing wrong with that. I saw her stepping down. I didn't know that she didn't notice it wasn't a mineral block till she already stuck her foot in the cow patty. And that became one of the highlights of my time within this organization. And it wasn't just because of what she'd done, but it was because it was one of the moments that I got to just laugh with one of my friends. And that's what I loved most about being in this organization. I wish I were there. I wish I could be able to see you guys one last time before graduation. I wish I could be there for banquet. I can't believe I'm not going to be able to see y'all until next school year. And I know we could always do a Zoom meeting or something, which of course is better than nothing, but I want to see you guys in person. But I guess I should say thank you. Thank you to the Harrises for always having my back, for never giving up on me, and for helping me to get out of my shell. Thank you to my fellow officers for never failing to make me smile, for giving me the confidence to do my best as an officer, to fight for what I believe in, to be me. And thank you so much to this organization and all those who are part of it for being my family, for making me who I am, for giving me a reason to be here. I love you guys, and I don't know what I'm gonna do after I graduate, because you guys have been my reason for staying. Y'all are what I looked forward to every day. I hope that in some small way myself or the other officers have inspired you to do good, to be the best version of yourself. Good luck, you guys. And if you need me, I'm only a phone call away.
"3 years ago, if anyone would have told me I would be standing where I am today, I would have laughed at them for 2 reasons. The first being, I never thought we'd be in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, and the second reason being, I would have never believed I would be given a retiring officer speech after having the great privilege of serving as the Crest FFA president for the 2019-2020 school year. My journey began in FFA the fall of my sophomore year when I was in Mrs. Harris's Horticulture 1 class. I had signed up for this class simply because I needed a class to fill my schedule and I thought it couldn't be too hard to take care of plants. I had always enjoyed flowers and the idea of plants appealed a whole lot more than animals. As the first few weeks of the semester progressed, I had thought to myself, what in the world have I gotten myself into? To be fair, I still quite frequently ask myself that question. Fair season quickly approached, and this is where I was introduced to the endless possibilities that I could be a part of with the FFA, and I was absolutely hooked. Ironically enough, even though when I started I didn't want much to do with the animals, I quickly became intrigued with the goats at the barn, showing goats and judging livestock in Raleigh. To save everyone a lot of time, I will say that I have shown in several goat shows, competed in numerous CDEs, and spent too many hours working at the barn. I've also served in various leadership capacities, taken just about all the ag classes that Crest offers, and I have loved every second of it. Throughout the past 3 years, I have gained an overwhelming amount of knowledge, as well as memories and friendships that will last a lifetime. I've had the privilege of serving as a Crest FFA officer for 2 years. Throughout this time, I have learned many important lessons about leadership and life in general, but I want to share one particular one. Working as a team is not always easy, but at the end of the day, it is always worth it. No matter the amount of disagreements you might have with another person, looking back at the end of the event and being able to say, look at what our team accomplished, is a truly remarkable feeling. This applies not only to the officer team, but many other areas of your life. If you're on a sports team, you have to work together as a team to win the game or the competition. If you are a member of a CDE team, you must work together to get the highest score possible to advance to the next level of competition. If you're serving on an FFA committee or another committee, you must set aside your differences to accomplish the tasks set before you. Hopefully by now you're picking up on my trend that working together is beneficial. Will it always be easy to work together? No. Will it be worth it at the end of the day, reflecting on what your team has done? Quite yes, so. One of the best memories that I have in FFA occurred this past February before school let out. Myself, along with 3 other talented individuals, received the news that we were the top scoring team in North Carolina for the 2020 Poultry Evaluation CDE, meaning we will get the chance to compete at National FFA Convention in Indiana this October. For me, this is a dream come true. I have always wanted to get to nationals and compete there, but I would never have been able to accomplish this without working together with my other 3 teammates. We spent many hours studying together and preparing so we could be the best we could be. Did we always have the right answers? No. Did we continue to work together even when it was hard? Yes. This is just one small example of how teamwork can pay off. One of my favorite bands just released a song called Together, and I thought it was fitting to share the last 3 lines with y'all. They go, together we are dangerous, together with our differences, together we are bolder, braver, and stronger. More things can be accomplished when you work together. Be open to your friends, teachers, and coaches' ideas. Be open to listening to others' ideas and thoughts as well. You can always accomplish more as a team than you could be able to accomplish alone. My challenge to everyone, whether you're an FFA member or not, is to set aside your differences and work together. You do not always have to see eye to eye on everything, but respect everyone's opinion. You'll be much more successful working as a team rather than trying to do everything by yourself. Before I end, I want to say thank you. Thank you to my parents for the endless trips to the barn, the ridiculously late goat shows, and for always supporting me in whatever crazy adventure I decided to get myself into with the FFA. Thank you to Ms. Harris for believing in that quiet sophomore girl in the Horticulture 1 class. Thank you to Mr. Harris for always taking every opportunity you could to teach us a lesson to whoever was around, whether it was a big one or a small one. Thank you both for the endless hours you put in, whether it's ensuring the goats stay alive, CDE teams were prepared, or the officers have what we need, no matter how crazy our ideas could be at times. I will end by saying thank you to the Crest FFA membership. Thank you for giving me a place to belong, grow as a leader, and discover my passions. I am forever grateful for the past 3 years and the memories they hold.
Over the past 4 years of my high school career, the Crest High FFA chapter has brought me many life lessons, great memories, hilarious stories of alumni students, and most of all, a support system that wants to help me grow and succeed throughout my high school career. On the night of my freshman orientation, I met Mr. and Ms. Harris in the Career Center. At first, I thought that was the agriculture classroom because it looked and it played the part. It had the tables with the horseshoes made into the corners of it. The ceilings were painted with barns and tractors, and the whole room had cows everywhere you looked. Well, On the first day of high school, I had Mr. Harris for my first period class, which was agri-science. And I had walked into the classroom where I met him and Miss Harris the night before, and I was sitting there waiting on the bell to ring for class to start, but no one was in there. So then the warning bell went off, and Harris finally came into the room and was going to the copier to get the printed copies off to give to the students for his first period class. And he looked over there at me sitting in the chair, and he said, "Aren't you in my first period class?" And I looked at him and I said, "Yes, I am. Is this not your classroom?" And he said, "No, my classroom is down the hall on the left. I'll meet you in there shortly." So we kind of looked at each other and we had a laugh, and that was how my first day of being a Crest High School Ag student came about. Over the years, we have traveled all over North Carolina to compete in multiple CDEs, goat shows, FFA camps, officer retreats, conventions, and a legislative day. On these trips, we learned about teamwork, hard work, dedication, and commitment. So for this, I would like to say thank you to Mr. and Miss Harris and T for traveling all over North Carolina with our FFA members to compete in CDEs. You give up your time in order to have a helping hand in the lives of teenagers to help them grow and watch them succeed over the years. I would also like to thank my parents and Chris for encouraging me along my high school journey as well as in the real world. I would lastly like to thank the FFA chapter, the livestock committee, members, and the officer team for forming a wonderful support system over the years and their hard work and dedication to our FFA chapter and all the components that it holds. Most of all, I would like to thank the principal and administrators as well as the school staff for constantly supporting the FFA chapter during the fundraisers and when FFA members have to leave class to go early and leave early to go on an FFA trip. You support and encourage all of us over the years, and your support and encouragement has been endless over the years, and for that I would like to say thank you. Last but not least, I would like to give some advice to the new officer team as well as new and current FFA members. Number 1, the road ahead of you is tough and challenging, but hold your head high and accomplish much. Number 2, you have an endless support system. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Number 3, you may tell yourself that you've heard this 1,000 times, but I promise you that it's true. Time flies by. Please take time and remember the little things, because often the little things count the most. Number 4, thank your friends, family, advisors, members, and school staff because they played a part into making you who the person you are today. I'm looking forward to God's plan for me in the future, and I hope to major in the field of agriculture. Thank you all again for the memories and the trips over the years. I have greatly appreciated them and definitely learned a lot in agriculture. Thank you again.